welcome to the first in a series of videos on subscription billing. In this first video, we're going to roll through selling some items with some service commitments attached. In the next few videos, we'll go through behind the scenes setting those up and some of the configuration involved. So let's get to it and create a sales order. So I've got my sales order for Rally Cloud, and I'm going to sell them a big television, really big television. I'll add that item to the line. When I do that, we can see here assigned service commitments has popped up. So attached to that item is this cable combo. So along with selling people a big television, we're selling them cable TV with sports. And I can choose here whether to cancel that. So no, the customer's not interested, doesn't want a cable package, or click OK, which will generate those planned service commitments at this stage. So they show up here in the service commitments field. You may need to personalize to add that field in to your sales lines. I can come in here. At this stage, they're called sales service commitments. So they're not created. I can't pick them up against a contract at this stage, but they are planned, if you like. So as part of that package, there's the core cable service, which gets assigned to the customer contract. Additionally, there's a sports package, also gets assigned to the customer. And then on the procurement side, there's so obviously we're selling TVs, we're not the cable provider. We have to go to the vendor and get them to purchase from them we purchase that cable service. We can see here in the planned service commitment that there's an initial term of 12 months. There's a termination term of 1 month. So once that 12 months expires, the subsequent term, a rolling 3-month term with a 1 month notice period. The billing base period, so the billing, so the price on the service commitment represents 1 month's worth of the service. Billing rhythm, so it's billed every month. And then the price is locked in for 12 months there. So let's go back to our sales order. Cool. So we're going to sell them a big television along with that cable TV package. So the process here is that when we ship the TV, that will generate those service commitments, and that'll make them available to be picked up against the vendor and customer contracts. Now notice here the amount on your sales order, the invoiceable amount is the cost of the TV plus GST. And those services we looked at in the service commitments, they're not invoiceable from the sales order. They need to be invoiced from the customer contracts once we pick them up. So let's go ahead and ship the TV. So that's generated our service commitments. We could also post the invoice for the TV there, but let's park that. And we'll go to customer contracts. Pick up our Rally Cloud customer. Here's a contract header already created. And we're just going to add those service commitments to this contract. So you can see here at the moment there's nothing on it. We get service commitments, and there's our 2. cable TV items. We can assign that to the contract. Likewise on the vendor side, we can come into the vendor contract and similarly assign those service commitments to this contract with that get service commitments button. Alternatively, there is the two reports here, the service commitments without. So we can come in here, view our orphaned service commitment, select a contract, vendor contract, and assign that service to our vendor contract. So if we come back to our vendor contract, we'll see it's picked up our latest line. So that's the sales and fulfillment part of subscription billing. Next, we'll go through invoicing from those customer and vendor contracts. Thanks.